we're going to start assembling these letters. I'm going to kind of explain the step-by-step on this B. So obviously we're going to take this, glue it on, take that, glue it on. Same thing with the upper section. Then we're going to glue that on like that. Then let that go on like that. So basically what we're creating is our own, basically we're creating our own channel system to put our letters in, or not put our letters, put our lights in. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick the lights on the back of this piece, shooting down and through, and then the light or travel through the sides right here. Now this acrylic is translucent, so it's not a pure white, or actually allow the light to travel through. It's going to be a soft glow, but that's what we're doing for a test on this. And then, like I say, this is going to go on like that. That's going to go on like that. Then that's going to go on like so. And then once everything's all glued and put in place, we're going to have ourselves a nice clean looking letter. That this is 1 1/8 inches, if I remember correctly. 1 1/4 inches. We could probably take a layer of the white or the wood out, but we're going to leave it kind of thick for right now, as this is a test project for something I'm going to look at offering on my website, and I'm going to start offering as a service to my clients for interior work for their business signage. But you can kind of see we're getting kind of a cool look. It's got some nice depth to it. But yeah, let's start assembling this. So there's our letter. You can obviously see this letter could be created on a CNC machine, but I didn't want to do it on a CNC machine. I wanted to actually go and do this with the laser and see, one, how hard is it to do? Can anyone with a desktop laser do it? I cut all this with the X-Tool desktop machine, no problems. So like I say, let's see if this is actually doable, if it works the way I think it's going to work, and I think it will. But yeah, you can see the letter. I got a little bit of dirt in there at the moment, but like I say, this is some testing I'm doing right now to see if this idea works. Is it cost effective? Is it efficient? Is the quality there? I feel like the quality will be there. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish. Let's go ahead and do the wood B. So we'll do the wood section. So these are already stained a golden oak. So that's actually going to be the finished color. And you can kind of see that's what we're creating right there. So this is about 3/4 inch thick from here to here. And then, like I say, this is about another 3/4 inch thick as well. So we're looking about 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches. Like I say, I think we can get a little thinner. But we're gonna keep rolling with this size and see what it looks like mounted on the wall at the end of the video. But so far what I'm seeing is this is gonna look really clean, I think really sharp, and it actually opens up a lot of ideas for some interior signage with LED lights. So we're gonna get this one assembled as well. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so we got that assembled. It's kind of a down and dirty assemble here. But the look we're after is this is going to go on the wall. This is going to be mounted on there like so. And then that's kind of the side look of our letter. And when it's up on the wall, and when it's, you know, so you're going to see a little bit of that white back there, but when the lights are on, it's actually going to look glow. So it's not going to look white. It's going to have a little bit of a glow to it. But we're getting some good depth. I can already tell I think what I want to do is go a little thinner on the acrylic. I think I want to take the acrylic and only do maybe 1 layer or 2 layers. I think this is a little much. So I think what I'm going to do, I got the other letters. I think I'm going to just do, honestly, I think I'm just going to do the 1 acrylic and see what that looks like. And then at the end of the video, I'll put them side by side and we can do a comparison and get your guys' feedback on what you like better, what it looks like, or do some final shots. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the D. And I think the D, I'm just going to have the back. And what I'm talking about is we're going to do the back. We're going to do the 2 layers of the wood with the face like that. I think that looks a lot better. I think it looks a lot cleaner. It's not as bold. We're only 7/8 of an inch thick, which I think for these letters, which are 5 inches tall, looks really good. And I still have room to get these LEDs in. These LEDs are going to go on the back of this piece here. And I want them kind of hidden. Well, you know what? I might have to put 2 pieces of acrylic in there because it looks like it's actually going to touch. So we're probably going to have to do this. We're probably going to have to go that and that right there. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I think we're going to have to go like that, which is still fine. I think that's going to look good, and we are exactly 1 inch thick. Let's try it and see. I think I'm going to do the other letter I have, which is the P. I'm going to do it the same way. I think that's going to look better. I really do. But yeah, we'll get this glued up. And so here is this letter completely assembled. It's actually looking really good. Look at that nice halo effect in there. It's actually looking really crisp. Nice bright light all the way around. But tell me what you think of this letter. Do you think it looks good? Looks not good? But yeah, it's looking really sharp. And let me show you it with the lights on and what I did to make this work. Alright, here's what it looks like with the lights on. You can see the wood grain. You can still see a little bit of the halo going around. It looks actually really good. And there's what it looks like on the edges. You can tell I got some hot spots. Like there's a big hot spot right here. I would probably use strip lighting. So when I after I do these tests, I'm going to make another set of these out of, for another project I'm working on. But I'm going to use the strip lighting. I think that's going to light a little more even because I can see I'm getting some hot spots. But people are going to be viewing it mainly like this. So are you going to see them or not? But I will address that in the next video. But yeah, we're going to finish getting these wired up. Oh, let me show you the inside. So what I did, let's see if I can do this out. I'm making a mess here. So all it is I just stuck some lights in there. You can see where, you know, I'm obviously going to get a dark spot right here. I could have just moved this modular over and it would probably have worked fine. But like I say, I think I got some strip lighting. I'm going to try it in the other letter and see what it looks like. But that's all it really is just the lights in there, my power hole. I mean, it's a simple setup. But for interior signage, for businesses, think medical, doctor, heck, you could probably even do daycares, lobbies. All this type of signage will do really well. Alright guys, here's the letters all lit up and done. You can kind of see, sorry for the crude wiring, but like I say, this is a test I want to do to see what these letters look like for an interior job I'm getting ready to do. but they light up really well. They look good. They're sharp. Then like I say, when we get a side view, they look uniform and clean. It just works really well, and I think these can be very cost effective. They're not terribly hard to make, but they're, for interior signage, I think this is gonna look really good. But yeah, let me turn the lights back on and we'll kind of talk over some things and some changes. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and it's looking really good. All right, so here's what it looks like all done with the lights on. Looks really sharp. Works. I really like the wood grain on there with the light. So in my shop with the lights on, still getting that little halo effect. It looks sharp. I'm really happy with how these turned out. I do have a few things I would change. I do think I would want to keep them a little thinner. So I would probably keep them at the 1 inch instead of the 1 1/8 inch. I would look at keeping the black that I have right here. I would probably look at keeping that. I do like the black on the edge with the light. I think that looks really good. I do like, here's the thinner one. I think this is the one that's 1 inch thick. I think this looks a lot better. But no, overall, really only changes I think I would make is mainly in the lighting. I need to use some different strip lighting. I actually had a hard time getting those to work. I kind of bought some cheap lights, so you get what you pay for, right? But I think getting some doing the strip lighting in there will make this look a lot better. I do still kind of have some hot spots, but overall, it looks really good. The edge quality, I can improve on that a little bit more. Some of it I did it on a dirty table, so I picked up a lot of random things that really didn't need to be in there. So that was kind of my fault on that. But overall, like I say, it actually came out pretty good. You know, and like right here, you can kind of see the hot spots. You can see right where the LEDs are. One here, one here, one here, and one here. But when it's on the wall, it's not really gonna matter much, because you're not looking at the back, you're just looking at the front and the side. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think this is a good idea, a bad idea, some changes? I'm open to hearing what you guys have to say.